Patrick PunkTorah. Ray, it's pretty cool. Basically, it lays out monotheism. No gods before me. As a matter of fact, don't even think about gods. Don't trust anyone that has anything to say about gods. Don't go to fortune tellers who talk about other gods. As a matter of fact, don't even eat meat that pagan cultures would eat. And there's a whole thing about not eating blood and all kinds of stuff like that. The big problem that I have with this week's Torah portion is all of the killing and destroying, particularly right in the beginning. So you've got this whole thing about smashing idols. It kind of parallels Abraham. So we're supposed to go into Canaan and we're supposed to smash up these idols and we're supposed to just absolutely blot them out from the face of the earth, right? Here's my problem. I live really close to a Hindu temple in Atlanta, and I can't imagine myself taking a baseball bat and going down and, smacking up this, Hindu temple in the Indian neighborhood where I live. So how do I take these ideas and apply them to my life? Here's what I've come up with. Certain laws only apply at certain times, right? Okay, I'm just thinking about it this way. If God speaks to one prophet and says one particular thing, like be fruitful and multiply, or destroy the Amalekites, or whatever, pick your poison. Does that necessarily mean that it applies to my life? Do I actually need to go out and find some Amalekites and, get medieval on them? Or not even medieval, more Bronze Age? I don't think so. I think this needs to be a general rule. I think this makes sense. If something applies in a universal way, something we're always supposed to do, it'll say it in the Torah. Otherwise, certain Torah portions really only work at the time. What do we do if something is sort of time-bound, time-specific? That's when we have to find a universal meaning behind it, which works on a spiritual level. It even says that in the Talmud, that if you look at all of the laws in the Torah, they're not all literal. They're also metaphorical, they're also spiritual, they exist on different levels. So when something doesn't make sense or seems completely beyond rationality, maybe we need to look at the spiritual message behind it. Seems like a no-brainer, but how many of us reject the Torah because something just doesn't make sense, or we don't want to go, beat up some Canaanites, or whatever the case is? I look at it this way. Everything in ethical monotheism is laid out in Re. If you look at it in a spiritual level, no gods before me means that I'm going to put God first. Change the community around you. Destroy the idols. What are some idols in my community? Payday loan companies. Those are idols in my community. Drug dealers. Those are idols in my community. Foreclosed houses. That's something in my community that we can't stop thinking about. If we make all of those changes, if we destroy those idols, then people will come to God. So, that's my perspective on Re. I'd like to know what you think about it. Send us your emails, post on Facebook, do what you gotta do, but mostly go with God.